Alright, y'all, so this was released just yesterday with Las Vegas Channel 8 News and Now. It was a apparent UFO sighting. It was caught on a cop cam, and there was a witness that said it landed in their backyard, so they called 911. Now, this has been kept under wraps for several weeks. Just so you know, this actually happened in early April. So it's been a month or so out, 2 months out, since the incident took place. But it's the nature of the call from the witness that is startling. But I'm going to start you with the actual cop cam footage because that's the first thing that took place. An officer was called to a incident of sorts, and he was able to catch on cop cam footage of what looked like some sort of craft falling out of the sky. And then moments later, a gentleman calls 911. Here's the cop cam footage. Pretty interesting to say the least. You can see that the officer is somewhat startled by what he sees and is kind of in awe at the moment. But what's striking about the whole thing is the call from this gentleman. Listen to this 911 call.
There's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and looking at us, and it's still there.
Okay, where is this on your property?
In my backyard. I swear to God, this is not a joke. This is actually, we're terrified of it.
So there's two people or two subjects that are in your backyard?
Correct, and they're very large. They're like 8 foot, 9 feet, 10 foot. I don't know. They look like aliens to us. Big eyes. They have big eyes. Like I can't explain it. And big mouth. They're shiny eyes and they're not human. They're 100% they're not human.
Okay.
So as you can hear, or as you can probably tell, some of the call seems to be being cut off, but it lets us hear the part where he says there's an 8 to 9 foot tall person with large eyes and a large mouth standing next to the craft, 2 subjects to be exact. And then he goes on to even say that they're 9 and 10 feet tall, that he's not sure. Obviously they're not hostile, but it took an hour for the police to react to the call, so by the time they got there, the beings are said to be long gone. I find it hard to believe that no footage whatsoever was captured. The way people are with cell phones these days, I can't imagine anything like that taking place without it being captured on camera of some sort, at least a cell phone, if not a Ring or something along those lines. So, where's the footage? Now, of course, we must assume that they are being withheld, that most likely the family did take footage. The footage was most likely apprehended or confiscated by the government, possibly, who knows, even the Men in Black. I guess my question is, why now? Why are they releasing this now? What's the purpose of it? And as far as the races of species of alien go, I don't know exactly what they are. They could be giants. And of course, naturally, you want to think grays. But the big eyes thing, yes. The big mouth? No. Generally, grays don't have large mouths. So that has me kind of wondering, could they be a race of giants like the Anakim, for example? One we're not as familiar with. Who knows? They didn't seem to say they were reptilian in nature, so I'm kind of writing that off. And the craft, it does look like it could be circular shape or cone shaped. It leads me to believe that it is a possible race of giant. Either way, though, let me know what y'all think in the comments about this. Wild stuff. Plus, I am probably going to go live tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Tomorrow night at midnight, for sure by midnight, I will be going live Saturday. So make sure you're there. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff, including this. So check it out. Stay in the love, stay in the light, be kind to others. See you tomorrow night. I am out. All right, y'all. So more developments in this Las Vegas UFO case. This kid has now come forward. This is the original caller on the 911 call. If you haven't seen it, you've been living under a rock. It's going viral as heck right now. I will share the video after this video of the initial.
America's beverage companies are investing in America. We're American companies, making American products with American workers in America's hometowns. We're local bottlers and manufacturers, operating in all 50 states, employing more than 275,000 Americans in good-paying jobs, delivering for the nation, because we believe in the promise of America and the people who make it great. Learn more at wedeliverforamerica.org. Paid for by the American Beverage Association.
Call and experience that they had, but this was back in April, mind you. They investigated it for a couple months and it's just now coming out. So he just released more footage and it's of a Ring camera. This is supposedly a nearby Ring camera that caught the UFO actually falling out of the sky and making impact. You can hear it, you cannot see it, but check it out. So it sounds like it could be extraterrestrial. It sounds really interesting. It sounds alien-esque, absolutely. Now, again, people are kind of prying, poking and prodding because they don't believe that there's no footage of these beings. They just aren't buying it. But in lieu of that, he shared another clip of, it seems like a family member's phone, where you can see some entity pop into the screen. And then you can look at the bottom of the fence and see something possibly peeking. Now, it looks like a shadow entity above the fence. Check this out.
¡Ay! Profesor! Calmungarela, me canceles var eso. Cáelo, cherro, que chidica. Cáelo, cherro. ¡Ay! Profesor! Calmungarela, me canceles var eso. Cáelo, cherro, que chidica. Cáelo, cherro.
So I'm going to play his testimony after this. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Wild stuff. Is it true? Is it not? Are they doing this for clout? What's going on here? I'm as confused as y'all. Do I believe something took place? Kind of, because of the impact video. It's pretty damning. But there's no actual physical proof. Now, the shadow entity thing was intriguing, absolutely. But there's shadow people. So, I don't know. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. This stuff's getting wild.
The best of my abilities. This is not a conspiracy theory. I'm not making this story out for clout or fame. I just want to tell you what happened to me and my family. And I know some people are not gonna believe this, but each person is different. So this is what happened to me. Keep in mind, this is midnight and I'm fixing a truck in my backyard. At this point, I'm only with my brother and I hear something fall from the sky. I turn around, the only thing I see is a big light falling from the sky, and moments after, I feel a big impact and a bang, sort of like a big impact fall. And me and my brother looked at each other and we were scared, but when the impact happened, it was sort of like a shock wave. Like an out-of-body experience. So to say, when I tried to look at the object, it was all blurry, not my vision, but only the backyard area. And I hear thousands of footsteps around me, and maybe a couple seconds later, the blurriness was gone. And here's the footage of the body, the police officer's body cam, and here's the object I'm referring to, the light. Here's a Ring camera video. You can hear the bang. This is around the neighborhood, so here's the video. So when that happened, the only thing I can see in the backyard is a tall creature, probably around 8-10 feet tall, very thin. So I called my dad. He went to the backyard and he saw the same thing, the same creature I saw. He told me to go inside the house. At this point, we all freaking out, me and my family. And here's the video where we were in the backyard area. You cannot see it too good, but on camera, but it's there. Here's a video. Moments after the video, me and my brother went to go pick up my tools. Then my brother calls me, and he told me shakingly, "Look behind the forklift." So I look. Keep in mind I'm facing the forklift, and then I see the alien creature. So when I saw it, it was a tall, skinny, lengthy creature. He was a gray, greenish color, and when I looked at it in the eyes, my body just froze.
Also, y'all, I plan on covering this in my live stream tonight, so check it out. Midnight, be there. Stay tuned. Stay in love, stay in light, be kind to others. I am out.
What is happening, my Night God family? Hope y'all are doing well today. So we're back, and we're going to talk about, once again, the aliens of Las Vegas. The recent story that's gone viral on the internet. I've already posted one video detailing it, detailing the 911 call, his claims or their claims, a short video of them out back, possibly a shadow figure type alien cloaked possibly in that video. And then there was also a video from a neighbor's camera. You could hear the UFO crash. So I thought it was all done. I thought that was all we were going to see. And I thought that that was pretty much the extent of the video that has been released until today. I came across the full-length video of, I want to say it's the mother recording in the backyard at the fence. They open the gate and they claim they see the beings sitting in their backhoes or tractors like that, maybe even loaders. And I thought, oh God, really? You know, why would they be in the loaders? This is starting to sound really outlandish and fishy. Is this just one big hoax? Well, I watched the video, and I have done my own mixing up of it, editing it, zooming in on it, and I'm going to show it to you guys and see if you are where I am at on it. Surprisingly, the video is somewhat convincing. Of course, as always, the frequency of the phone seems to be thrown off, so it's somewhat blurry, but in loaders, you can see beings in both, possibly. Now, for entertainment purposes only, may or may not be true. I just provide the information, let you decide. This could just be, you know, tricky editing, but it looks authentic, guys. I mean, at the end of the day, if you take a close look, when I zoom in, you see movement and of multiple beings at that. It's very weird, and it looks like there's multiple types of beings in these loaders, cabs. Now, why would they be in those? I can't fathom, other than maybe they think that they're our craft. Maybe they think they can actually use them to fly out. You know what I mean? If they aren't familiar with our equipment, they could think that those are actually flying machines, and they could be trying to utilize them to get the heck out of Dodge. Hard to think that or believe that, but who knows? I can't imagine why else they'd be in the loaders, guys, other than they thought they were possibly able to use them to fly out. So I'm going to go ahead and start the video, and I'm going to be right here talking about it, and we're going to go through it together, and I want to hear in the comments what you guys think, because it is pretty freaking mind-blowing. I'm not going to lie, I was becoming very skeptic, and this video is what changed my mind. There's something going on here. I don't know what, but there's something. Okay, this is when they open the gate. I'm not exactly sure what they're saying here. Hopefully I can get you guys a translation quickly. Okay, there's the two loaders. I would say those are loaders. Well, tractors. They're pretty good size, but they're not loaders. Now, watch closely. So, footage. All right, so this is the footage right here. I want to show you guys something. Check this out, right? I know it looks like it's a part of the, like, convertible top for what? It looks like a Bronco, possibly. But it's not. Check out right here. This guy. Standing in that doorway. Right there. And then, wait till you see this cab. All kinds of shit in there. Just be patient. Check it out.
Forklift o camión?
Right? Oop, hold on. Oop, right? There. You know what's weird, guys? Their heads and stuff, they remind me of the Easter Island giant heads. I know that sounds crazy, but they remind me of the Easter Island giant heads. That's what they look like. And you can also see right here, in this cab right here, a big old head. Look at right there. Big old freaking dome. Then you see down here there's one, and then there's another one right here standing up. He's standing up. Wait till you see it. Yes, of course the frequency's messed up because that's always how it goes. But peep. And there's even some weird, odd activity going on up here, but just ignore that for now. I'm going to zoom in and it's going to get weird here, guys. Literally weird. If you look closely, you can see their mouths moving. Okay? So this is the original.
This episode is brought to you by LinkedIn. Psst, healthcare pros, word's out, and it's too good to keep quiet. Look, LinkedIn is revolutionizing job hunting, making it possible to search by specialty, shift preference, and salary. Endless scrolling is out. Whether it's a mental health therapist or dental hygienist, finding the perfect role is faster and easier than ever. Head to linkedin.com/healthcare and start your search today.
Footage, but I zoom in and I get graphically close to it next round. But look at the movement in this cab. Same with there. It looks like Bart Simpson, I swear to God. These things are definitely different. I know, you guys, it's wild. I don't even know what to think of it at all either. It's like mind-blowing stuff. But here, check it out. Check it out. See that guy right there? See him? And watch. So here in a second, I go forward and back, frame to frame, forward, back, and look right down here. You will literally see this being turn its head at you and look at you. If you look closely, see that? Oh, looking. It literally turns its head right there. It's tough to see, but nevertheless, you see that being right there. There's another being, and then there's a being back here, and then this one's standing up. See? You can see it, fam, and he's like reaching. He reaches his arm out, and then there's a being right here. This one as well. Look at, you can see this one's mouth change. When I go frame back, you can see him move his mouth. Boom, boom, boom. And then this one's turning and looking at you. Right here. Turns, looks. Look, turn, look. Turn, look. You can see his eyes. Looking right at him. And then you can see his mouth movement. And then you can see his mouth movement as well. And then there's a couple other sets of eyes. Now, I'm not sure if they're cloaked or what. I don't know why they're in the cabs, you guys. This is freaking weird. But there's beings in there. It's blatant. And then this guy, watch him closely. You'll see his mouth actually move. You will see him, what looks to be talking to this guy across the way. And then there's in the back window, you see another being right there. This is not just a singular type of entity. There's more than just one. It's almost like Guardians of the Galaxy type shit. Multiple different types of entities. Excuse me. But yes, you'll see his mouth move. Literally. Right there. As if he's talking. And I try and center it so I can get both of these guys in. This guy you could see blinking. Literally. There's something weird going on here. I don't know what it is, guys. Something weird took place here. There's just no doubt about it. Look at, you can see his profile. And then this guy's as well. It's wild, guys. And this guy reaches. But yes, you can see there always seems to be a frequency off to where you cannot get good footage of them. It's hard to get actually solid, crystal clear footage. And are they entities that are they astral traveling? Are they physical? Are they energy, spiritual? It's so hard to say. It's the weirdest thing. And look, he can see him reaching, like he's pushing buttons. And then there's another one right here.
It's like they're literally trying to figure out how to drive this thing, y'all. And they're getting pissed off probably because they can't figure it out because they don't realize it's not a flying machine. They're in fact super heavy. But even if you zoom in on here, this guy, you can see his mouth open. Watch this right there. See, his mouth opens. She's all over the place, dude. She couldn't have shot worse footage. Seriously. But nevertheless, I get some pretty solid shots. That one's really blurry. Just doing what I can there. But there's definitely something weird going on here, y'all. I don't know what to make of it. I don't know what to think about it. But I swear they did see something there, and something took place at this house. This kid is not, I don't think he's lying. These things are just really elusive. They're really hard to film. They're very smart. They're highly intelligent. See, you can see his hand movement right here. See his hand movement? Right there? See his hand movement? Swear to God, man. They're there. It's there. It's definitely odd. See his mouth movement? And it's just like, there was actually beings in the freaking loaders. Like, I thought this kid was so full of it when I heard that. Really? Right. And see, there's some more movement. They're definitely doing something in there. And that being, you can see him literally blink. See the facial profile right there? Wild, y'all. I don't know, fam. It's definitely something intriguing going on there. Wild, y'all. I don't know, fam. It's definitely something intriguing going on there. I don't know what to make of it. I don't know. Like I said, they do remind me somewhat maybe of the Easter Island giant statues beings, or, you know, I don't know. It's so hard to say. You know, they look like hybrids. They look different. And I urge you guys to go ahead and for yourself tinker with the footage and see what you can see as well, because sometimes it's rushed on here. So see what you can see and let me know in the comments if you're kind of coinciding with what I'm seeing. I'd be curious to see who else is seeing this stuff. So you're not crazy. We're not crazy. It is a obvious supernatural experience this kid had and his family had. And I just wish there was a little more damning evidence, but there was definitely something going on there. So hope you enjoyed it. That was just a little update. Stay in the love, stay in the light, be kind to others, and I will keep you in the loop on this stuff. Stay tuned. I am out.
What is up, my Night God family? Have I ever told you how much I love y'all? All of us freaks alike. Today is our day. And those of you suspecting that the Las Vegas incident was false, once again, more footage was just released. And of course, you've noticed this creature behind me. Well, this is alleged to be the extraterrestrial that came out of the craft that crashed in the gentleman's backyard. And don't worry, this is just a picture. We have genuine footage coming right up. Now, as it's playing, I want you to notice its movement, the way it looks. It even has a small tail. It's obviously humanoid in nature, but far from human. This thing is one of the weirdest, most amazing, creepiest creatures I've ever seen in my career as a creator for the odd and the paranormal. How do you fake this? I have no idea. If it's fake, then I'm sorry, I recant all my statements, but I'm telling you, I don't see how you fake this, fam. There's no way that's a person in a costume. No way. There's no way that it's anything but, to me, authentic. Now, of course, disclaimer, for entertainment purposes only, may or may not be true. I only provide the information and let y'all decide. At the end of the day, I can't tell you 1000% that it's absolute fact. Or this could be a spoof, but my God, y'all, whoever did it, if it's fake, did an amazing job. But I'm leaning towards that it's not fake. This is amazing footage. But I'm done babbling. I'm going to get it rolling here for you guys. I'm sure you're getting impatient. Check this shit out.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow so you can stay in the loop when it comes to events like this one. This is your channel for the odd, supernatural, and out-of-this-world content. Enjoy.
Meta AI is the personal AI that's tailored to you, now with its very own app. It's built to get to know you, offering helpful answers and inspiration. Looking for something to add to your bucket list? Meta AI goes beyond traveling the world. It remembers you're a basketball fanatic and suggests you attend one of the playoff games. Just start typing or speaking to get the answers you need, wherever and whenever, because Meta AI is your personal AI. Download the Meta AI app, now available on the Apple App Store and Google Play.
Are in your backyard?
Correct, and they're very large. 9 feet, 10 foot. I don't know. They look like aliens to us. Big eyes. They have big eyes.
Okay.
Like I can't explain it. And big mouth. They're shiny eyes, and they're not human. They're 100%. They're not human.
Happened to me. Keep in mind, this is midnight and I'm fixing a truck in my backyard. At this point, I'm only with my brother and I hear something fall from the sky.
Wild, right? Did you see its tail, y'all? Did you see its tail? Has 3 fingers, looks like. It's got a very distinct bridge nose. It easily could be, when standing straight up, 8 to 10 feet tall. It's a very long, lanky creature. And if you look closely, I think it looks to me like it has hair. Like on its shoulder, under its arm, all down its back. You could see like a fuzziness to it. Ultimately, it looks like something you wouldn't want to have a run-in with. It looks as though if it runs, it's going to run on all fours. It's very, very thick up top in the chest. Very powerful looking. It definitely looks like as though it could have evolved from a primate type species, similar to ours. It looks like a variation of a humanoid. Now, whether the thing is hostile or not, it's hard to tell. It seems to be scared. That's what I find as weird, is at the end of the day, I find it weird that this species can travel. Not that you can judge it by how it looks on its intelligence, but it's amazing to me that this species can intergalactically travel, allegedly, and we can't. And now, also, I have to say, where is its gear? You know what I'm saying? Like, where is its gear that calls the spaceship? Where's its tactical gear that, you know, has firepower so it can defend itself? I just don't see any suit or anything of the like. It's kind of mind-blowing, to be honest. And if you look at the way it's breathing, it seems to be taking big, deep breaths, almost as if, yes, it can breathe on Earth, but it needs a higher oxygen content it may get somewhere else. Nevertheless, it's very similar to us, and it's very, very intriguing, y'all. I am just baffled by it. I've heard people say online, tall whites. People keep saying tall whites. I'm not sure. It's hard to say. Nevertheless, I do believe it is extraterrestrial, and I do believe that it's an intelligent species, an intelligent being. If you look closely, even here, look at its back. Look at the way its bone structure is. It's unlike anything on Earth. It's very, very peculiar. It almost as if it has like a bone line that runs down both sides of it, and then the spine down the middle. Now, it's just wild, y'all. Just wild. Anyhow, enough of my babbling. Let's get back to the video.
I turn around, the only thing I see is a big light falling from the sky, and moments after, I feel a big impact and a bang, sort of like a big impact fall. That happened. The only thing I can see in the backyard is a tall creature, probably around 8, 10 feet tall, very thin.
What's on your property?
In my backyard. I swear to God, this is not a joke. This is actually, we just be terrified of it.
So there's 2 people or 2 subjects that are in your backyard?
Correct, and they're very large. 9 feet, 10 foot, I don't know, they look like aliens to us. Big eyes, they have big eyes, like I can't explain it, and big mouth. They're shiny eyes, and they're not human. They're 100% they're not human.
Okay, there you have it. 100% they're not human. He knows for a fact, and honestly, the way that looks, he's right. Now, like I said, all these events coincide because basically, based upon his testimony, he's not lying. You saw the video from the cop cam, saw the blue light fall from the sky. You saw the Ring video of the sound you hear when it crashes to the earth. All of that is pretty damning evidence. I don't think he is lying. I know a lot of people online are being critical of him, but it's a situation where, you know, sometimes people are off cue and off cuff and kind of, you know, out of pocket when they are in a situation like that. They're panicking. They don't know what to say. They know nobody's going to believe them. So instantly they're already thinking in their head, well, I need to present this and say this in a manner where it's believable. So that actually makes them sound unauthentic. You know what I'm saying? So before we discount the kid and criticize him, let's give him the benefit of the doubt, because that's what we do here on my page. So if this turns out to be real, all of you that got hated on, all of you conspiracy theorists that people said were crazy, relish in this a little bit. Enjoy it, because all of the naysayers have just been silenced. Stay in the love, stay in the light. Be kind to others. I am out. All right, y'all. I got to address something. This is for all you naysayers and people that say I'm reaching and say I'm lying and all this stuff about this footage. Okay? I'm going to address all the complaints from the grass to the date of the footage to a lot of the negative comments I'm getting out there saying I'm full of crap. The witness recently did an interview on a podcast from a local gentleman, the only gentleman that they let in the backyard to see the scene. During the podcast, the witness stated, the witness that made the call, about 2 weeks after the incident, the police came back to his house. And they stated that they wanted to set up perimeter cameras for their protection. Their protection, okay, from paparazzi and possible enthusiasts that wanted to get a look at where this UFO crash landed. We all know that's not why they did it. And that also should tell you the levels of government that are working with this whole thing, because the local cops, they're not going to come up with the idea that something may return to the scene of the crash, right? That's a pretty good thought. That's not an average person thought. That's why they set up the cameras. The thought that maybe, possibly, something would return to the scene of the crash. And lo and behold. Then in the interview, he says the cops came back around a week later. So 2 weeks after the crash, 5/19. A week later, 5/26. Because the cameras were faulty. Okay? Faulty. No, they knew they had this footage. Plain and simple. And as far as all you haters on the grass, this is some of the original footage from when the mom brought her camera back and recorded the equipment when the aliens or extraterrestrials were on them. What's that? What's that? What's that? Is that grass? Are those plants by the fence? Is that more grass? Quiet. And as far as the creature being 8 to 10 foot tall, that thing is hunched over. I'll guarantee it's at least 7 foot tall. And who's to say One person, I know it may sound comical, but one person said that might not have been one of the main aliens. He might have been with them and escaped or ran away. Could have been one of their pets for all we know. You don't know. Keywords, you don't know. Do the research. I see all the comments. I get all the messages. I don't lie. Also, as far as the UFO crash landing, who's to say it crash landed? Could that be maybe why there isn't any UFO pictures or any UFO footage? And I assure you there probably is. But y'all, if you know anything about anything when it comes to this stuff, there's this group called the Men in Black that really don't allow them to share any information, video, or the like with the public. This was probably leaked, all right? Probably by the police officers involved. And that's possibly why there was only a little ring out back. Because they crash landed, they had to do some maintenance. This has been written about before. A group of aliens that have landed just to do simple maintenance on their craft and then take back off. That's why they chose that house, because it had a fenced-in backyard. It was the perfect cover to take a quick landing, do some maintenance, and take back off. You know what I'm saying? You guys, think of the scenarios. It's not always cut and dry. It's not always perfect to what you believe it might be. And lastly, if you were paying any attention to the dialogue in my last video of the 911 call, he says, big eyes. And then he hesitates and he goes, tiny eyes. And dude, he was panicking. Go back and listen to it. After he says big eyes, for just a split second, he says tiny eyes. And then he just goes into, they're not human. I just know that. So, end of the day, he did say tiny eyes. I'm not trying to seem overly frustrated, but comments like, oh, you used to slap Night God, now you're reaching all the time and stuff like that. Bottom line, my channel doesn't have limits. If you have limits in your mind or your beliefs of what could possibly be, then this may not be the place for you. Because if you knew what I knew, you would know there are no limits. Really. What's real is oftentimes stranger than fiction. Don't forget it. To the rest of y'all, I love you. Keep on keeping on. Stay tuned. I'll always keep you in the loop to the best of my knowledge. I will never steer you in the wrong or tell you something wrong on purpose. I will never post content that I know is absolute bullshit. Always remember that. Also in his podcast interview, he states there were footprints all over running around the craft that were up to 16 inches long. But of course, when asked, do you have any pictures of this? He kind of seemed a little hesitant and was like, no, I can't. No, basically, I know there was no pictures. He can't share them. He's being advised not to share them. There's a good chance they have more better footage. He shared what he could. The government doesn't just let this stuff go out like nothing. We're lucky we got what we got. Do you guys, the people that are hating, you don't know nothing about the system if you think your comments are accurate. They're not. If you call yourself an enthusiast, you already know all that I'm telling you. If you didn't know what I'm telling you, then you need to study up. And at the end of the day, it comes out that this is spoof, it's wrong, then so be it. I was wrong, and I am sorry for that. But I'm always going to share with you guys what I find, what I deem somewhat credible. I'm sorry, but that's not CGI. If you think it's CGI, you're full of crap. It's not CGI. Whether it was for sure the Las Vegas incident, I can't say 100%. Really, nobody can. But that creature is real. And you want to know how I have an idea that it's real? If you take the time and go read all my comments, you'll see eyewitness statements. One gentleman's grandfather, 40 years ago, drew this exact same creature that he spotted out in the woods behind his house. A number of them. Another woman had an experience where one came up to her, seemed curious, scared the living hell out of her. It ran off. That's all the stuff you don't see that I see, because I read all my comments. I read pretty much all my comments, and I see all my messages on Facebook as well. So I do my due diligence, y'all. Quit challenging me. And I will be trying to obtain one of those drawings that this gentleman's grandpa drew 40 years ago to reference it and compare and contrast. Because I like to try and do my research. And lastly, if it comes out there's an article that debunks this, let's not try and just take that for face value, please. Of course they're going to debunk it. They debunk everything that's real. I mean, at the end of the day, come on. We should know this by now. Grass. I am.
We off? 30 seconds of carefree bliss. Oof, like wind in your hair carefree. Oh, like using Clorox Disinfecting All-Purpose Cleaner in the home carefree. Yes. Like dog slobbing on the coffee table and cleaning it with Clorox Carefree? He's on a roll now. Spit toothpaste on the faucet. You got it. You got it. Peanut butter on the light switch. Oh, spritz, spritz. Spritz, spritz. Clorox, man. Clean feels good. Okay, we're back. Use as directed.
Out.